Hello, welcome back. This is quiz number 8 of the Quest at Home Trivia Evenings, the at-home consolation prize activity for lockdown. There you go. My name's Jamie. I'm the quiz host, quiz master, and I've created this evening activity on a Saturday night so that we all have something to do and something fun to look forward to while we're all in lockdown. So welcome back. Those of you who have played trivia with me before, hello. And welcome also to anyone who's new. I would love to hear from you. So if you want to say hi, just go ahead and put that in the chat. And you can say hello, give a shout out if it's someone's birthday or you want to say hello to someone from far away. Then that would be awesome. I'd love to hear from whoever on the chat. So for those of you who are new, I'll just run through how it works. Basically, at 8 o'clock, I'll switch my background screen over to a PowerPoint presentation that's going to take us through 4 rounds of 10 points of trivia. And everyone's playing at home in their own little group, so we don't share the answers on the chat at all. No guesses on the chat, no answers in the chat. But what you are going to do is you're going to write down your answers at home. Now you could be playing with your group or against your group or in teams, however you want to play it. But you write down your answers at home. For the 4 rounds, we'll have a 5-minute break at the halftime mark, and then another 5-minute break before we go through the answers. And I'll go through all the answers, and all you have to do is check the ones that you got right and add up your score at the end, and then you can see, oh, I won, compared to the other people that are in your crew. Or if you're just hanging out and playing at home, absolute power to you. You can play multiple weeks and see how you go. Let's see. Are there any questions? That seems like it should be about it. Don't Google the answers. That's the other rule. So the first rule is don't share the answers, and the second rule is don't Google the answers. And also don't Google the answer and then share it, because that's no fun either. But that's pretty much it. Other than that, wild guesses are fun. You can do whatever you want. Sounds good. Okay, so let's see. This week, how's everyone been going? It was pretty rubbish today here in Melbourne. It was rainy. I grew up with a lot of rain, so I don't particularly mind the rain. I'm from Western Oregon, where it's usually very rainy. Not at the moment, unfortunately. And luckily, my family is all safe from the fires, and I'm very grateful. And I hope that everyone else's family and friends are too. Sending best wishes for everyone who's dealing with that. We all know here in Australia how scary that can be. So I hope everyone is staying safe. So yeah, it was a bit rainy, but I couldn't help myself anyway, and I broke open a rosé. So today I am drinking the Squitchy Lane Rose from the Yarra Valley 2018. Now, this is not a new drink for me. I'm a big fan of theirs. I regularly buy their rosé and their Fumé Blanc, which is quite special, but I don't have any at the moment. This is also not my first glass of the night. I did have some with dinner. But I can highly recommend this rosé. It's a beautiful, pale, peachy color. It's quite dry, but still very friendly. Yeah, beautiful. It's kind of like a little bit of a tang on the tongue. Really nice drinking. And, so what do they have to say for themselves? So it's brewed in, or brewed? Is that the right word? I don't know. Grown, barreled in Coldstream, Victoria. It's 52% Cabernet Franc grapes and 48% Merlot. A dry, savory style ideal to accompany meals or on its own. So perfect. I'm drinking it on its own. I had it with a meal earlier. Doing it right. Highly recommend. Very reasonably priced, and their cellar door, if you do get a chance to go once they open again, is lovely, and they usually have farm fresh eggs as well, which makes it extra special. Oh, okay, so we've got in the chat, Jackie, the teachers are back. Welcome back, teachers. I hope you had a good week. Everyone's like waiting for the school holidays. It's soon. It's very soon. And I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself, hopefully kick back in between marking and planning and have a little bit of relaxation. So glad to see you back, Jackie. Thanks so much. There is sometimes a little bit of a lag between the video and the chat, so if I don't respond to a comment or a question that you have in the chat straight away, it's just because there's a lag. Not because I don't like you, because I like everyone. Everyone who comes and watches my trivia quiz, for sure. Okay, I think we're almost ready. Does everyone have their pen and paper and beverage? Thinking caps, also highly recommended. If you are ready, I think I'll switch my screen over here. So this week, 4 rounds. The first round, we've got general knowledge, 10 points, 10 questions, 10 points. And then we've got a round of British movie quotes. We'll have a halftime challenge, which is just for fun, and a 5-minute break. And then we'll come back with a mystery theme and then picture clues. And the picture clue sheet is already available on the City Quest Australia Facebook page and Instagram feed if you want to get a head start. Oh no, I didn't put it on Instagram. Sorry, it's just on Facebook. Um, the, uh, the picture sheet is just on Facebook. But if you want to get a head start, you can head over there and grab it and get going. So cool. Are we ready? Everyone set? The first round, as I said, is general knowledge, and we start with a multiple choice question for 1 point. Roald Dahl published 5 novels in the 1970s. Which of these was released first? Was it A, The Enormous Crocodile, B, Danny, Champion of the World, C, The Fantastic Mr. Fox, or D, Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator? So which of those 4 were released first? And they're quite long, so if you're not able to write them down in time and you're not sure of the answer, just you can pause during the halftime break or the break before the answers, and you can actually rewind the live feed and come back to it if you need to. So just so you know. And I'm just going to say a reminder to anyone who missed it at the beginning that we don't share answers in the chat. Thanks so much. But you can ask questions for clarification or say hi and give shout outs for sure. Okay, we move on to question 2. At what temperature are Celsius and Fahrenheit equal? I imagine the teachers will do pretty well on this one. Tend to be good at science questions, if there are any science teachers in the group, I suppose. At what temperature are Celsius and Fahrenheit equal? All right, question number 3. What is Paul McCartney's middle name? For 1 point. What is Paul McCartney's middle name? Question 4. What was the name of the code machine used by the Nazis during World War II? What was the name of the code machine used by the Nazis during World War II? Question 5. You ready to move on? Here we go. Scotch, Coddled, and Century are all forms of what food? Scotch, Coddled, and Century are all forms of what food? I have to admit I spent quite a lot of lockdown watching cooking shows, and so I do love my food questions. Question 6. Plumbum is the Latin name for which chemical element? It's a very funny word, but it is also the Latin name for a chemical element. Plumbum. That's question 6 for round 1. All right, question number 7. In Disney's classic Sleeping Beauty, the 3 good fairies are Flora, Fauna, and who? What is the name of the 3rd good fairy in Sleeping Beauty? Flora, Fauna, and who's the last one? Question number 8. What is the most populous city in India? As of my Wikipedia search last week. Earlier this week. What is the most populous city in India? Getting towards the pointy end of round 1. Question 9 is another multiple choice. The father of epidemiology discovered the source of a cholera outbreak in London in the 1800s. What was his name? Was it Bruce Wayne, Jon Snow, Harry Potter, or Jean-Luc Picard? Who is considered to be the father of epidemiology? Bruce Wayne, Jon Snow, Harry Potter, or Jean-Luc Picard? And finally, question 10, well, finally for round 1 anyway. Question 10 is a badly explained film plot. And this one is Dances with Wolves, but with aliens. So what movie or film plot does that describe? For 1 point. Dances with Wolves, but with aliens. And that is the end of round 1. Remember, if you missed anything or if you want something, if you want to recheck, you can always pause and go back or wait till the break and go back. So it shouldn't be an issue. Because we're moving on now to round 2, we've got British movie quotes, 10 of them. So you just have to tell me the movie that the quote is from. They are all British-made films. So question number 1, it's just a flesh wound. That's a quote from a movie. I need the name of the movie. Oh, yes. Hi, Punda. Welcome back. I'm sorry that you missed last week. There was a copyright issue with the sound round, so the YouTube bots flagged it as a copyright issue. So I'll let you know when I get around that one, hopefully. But welcome back for this week. It's just a flesh wound. That is a quote from a British movie. What is the name of the movie? Question 2. Please, sir, I want some more. What British movie is that from? Question 3. My God, Tommy, you certainly got those minerals. Well, come on then, before the Germans get here. What movie is that quote from? My God, Tommy, you certainly got those minerals. Well, come on then, before the Germans get here. I'm not going to impersonate these quotes because A, it might give it away, and B, it would be awful. You would not want to see that. Okay, moving on to question 4. There comes a point at which you're so wet you can't get any wetter. There comes a point at which you're so wet you can't get any wetter. Punda seems to be struggling. Well, we still got 6 to go, so maybe some will ring a bell. And if you really don't know, just think of a British movie and write the answer down for all of them, and maybe you'll get one right. Okay, question 5. Ooh, would we call her chubby? Ooh, would we call her chubby? That's question 5 for movie quotes. All right, question number 6. Sorta disappear, like I feel a change in my whole body, and I've got this fire in my body. I'm just there, flying like a bird, like electricity, yeah, like electricity. That's question 6. Sorta disappear, like I feel a change in my whole body, and I've got this fire in my body. I'm just there, flying like a bird, like electricity, yeah, like electricity. For 1 point. That was a long one, so I think the next one, question 7, is a bit shorter. Do you expect me to talk? Do you expect me to talk? Question 8. I knew a girl at school named Pandora. Never got to see her box, though. I knew a girl at school named Pandora. Never got to see her box, though. All right, question 9. Get your lesbian feet out of my shoes. Question 9 for round 2. Get your lesbian feet out of my shoes. And finally, question 10. Waiting for a king to apologize, one can wait rather a long wait. Sound familiar? Maybe? Waiting for a king to apologize, one can wait rather a long wait. Rightio. That takes us to the end of round 2, and we're ready for halftime. So this is where we take a 5-minute break. I will leave you with a little rebus puzzle. You just have to decipher it for the common phrase or saying, but it's just for fun. You don't get any points for it, so completely optional as well. I will see you in about 5 minutes. Hi, we're back. I mean, I'm back. You're back. Everyone's back, hopefully. Did you solve the Rebus puzzle? Moral with a stick. That is code for moral support. Ah ha ha. That's fun. Moral support. Just for fun, no points awarded. But I will award points for questions in round 3, the mystery theme. So the way that this works is that questions 1 through 9 will be normal trivia questions, but the answers all have something in common, all have a theme running through them. And the answer to question 10 is that theme. So what is the mystery theme? You get a point for question 10. And it's fun because, if you figure out the theme, even if you don't know one of the questions, you might be able to figure it out because you have to make it fit in the theme. So let's have a go, see how we do. Question number 1. What geographic region is disputed by India, Pakistan, and China? And remember, if you don't know it straight away, don't worry. Leave a blank. Once you figure out the theme later, maybe you'll be able to come back and have a good guess. What geographic region is disputed by India, Pakistan, and China? All right, question number 2. What replaced wooden panels as the most popular painting medium in the 16th century Italy? So before the 16th century, all of the big artists loved to paint on wooden panels, but then they switched. What did they switch to? What was the most popular painting medium after wooden panels? Question 3. What is the name of the network of trade routes that connected Asia and Europe for over 19 centuries? I had to double and triple check my math on that one, but it is correct. The network of trade routes that connected Asia and Europe for over 19 centuries. What is the name of that network? Or I should say, what was the name of that network? Because it's a history question. Ready for question 4? Here we go. Together, Australia and New Zealand produce 47% of the world's supply of which commodity? Oh, Punda thinks he's got the theme. He, she, it, not sure. Punda thinks they've got the theme. Together, Australia and New Zealand produce 47% of the world's supply of which commodity? Question 5. What name is given to a cat which is mostly white but with large black and orange patches? What name is given to a cat which is mostly white with large black and orange patches? Question 6. What is the name of Nicole Kidman's character in the movie Moulin Rouge? That's Moulin Rouge exclamation point. What is the name of her character, Nicole Kidman's character, in that movie? Question 7. Fill in the song lyric blanks. Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go. But don't you step on my blank, blank, blank. And we need 3 words. These are the lyrics to a song, and you have to fill in those 3 blank words. Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go. But don't you step on my blank, blank, blank. Punda's feeling less confident now. Sometimes it comes and it goes, and we still got a few questions to go. Question 8. In home crafting, what is the opposite of a purl? And yes, that is spelled correctly. In home crafting, what is the opposite of a purl? P-U-R-L. Next is question 9. What retro French dessert involves orange liqueur and flames? It is delicious. What retro French dessert involves orange liqueur and flames? That was our last clue question, because the next question, question 10, is what is the mystery theme? What do all those answers have in common? And you still get a point for the mystery theme. All right, that's round 3. Done and dusted. We're moving on now to round 4, picture clues. So those of you who are visual people, this is your round. We start out with a young boy. He is not so young anymore, but who is he based on his young photo? Name the young actor. Question 1, 1 point. Who is the young man? Is quite a shirt. I wish it was in color. Okay, question 2. Which country does this iconic carving style come from? Apologies for the watermarks, and fair enough too for whoever owns this photo. 1 point. Glad you're off to a strong start for this round, Punda. Well done. Maybe you'll find this one easy as well. Which country does this iconic carving style come from? Seems like I designed this whole round just for Punda. Didn't know you were from that country. Question 3. What is the name of this mythical creature depicted on this plate? What is the name of the mythical creature shown on the plate? For 1 point. Question 4. We have 3 movie stills. A lot of movies in this quiz. But these movies have pink hair in them. So name the 3 movies featuring pink hair. 1 point for each movie title. 1, 2, and 3. I think the first and the third person are looking at the same surprising thing. But they are from different movies. So 3 possible points for question 4. We switch now to question 5. What is the name of this fruit? For 1 point. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. It's not a lemon. It is yellow. It's not a lemon. What is the name of that fruit? One point for that one. Question 6. Name the animated character. What is this cute fella's name? All right, question 7. You can name either the band or the album title. This is the cover of a musical album, and you can get 1 point for either of those, but not 2 points for both. Name the band or the album. Maybe if you don't know the band, you're not going to get the album, but I don't know. Maybe you have that knocking around in your head somewhere. Question 8. I believe this is our last question of the night. Name the scientist pictured in his laboratory. This is a historic photo of a science laboratory with the scientist sitting in it. Name that scientist. And that takes us to the end of the picture clues. There they all laid out for you, nice and neat. And that takes us to the end of the questions for the quiz as well. So I'll leave you for 5 minutes to refresh your drinks, have a stretch, go back and fill in any of the answers that you missed, and then we'll finish off with answers when I come back. All right. See you in a sec. Hi, it's been 5 minutes. So it's time for answers. But just before we get to that, I'd just like to please remind you that I would really, really appreciate it if you would like this video and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because that is how people find me, and it would be really great. And please feel free to share this quiz with as many people as you know, because the more the merrier for sure. Also, I'm running a separate event online tomorrow to celebrate the 6-week mark of Stage 4 lockdown in Melbourne. I'm having a virtual flash mob at 12 o'clock, and we're going to dance the Nut Bush together on Zoom. So it's going to be lots of fun. It's free. All the information for that is on the City Quest Australia Facebook page. We've got an event going. Love to see you there. That would be lots of fun. And the other thing is that I wanted to say is that if you, for any reason, want to host your own version of my trivia quiz, I have all of the PowerPoints and hints and answers and tiebreakers and everything available on my website. That's cityquestaustralia.com.au. If you want to host your own party on Zoom and be the quiz master, they're there for you. And I would be happy if you would use them. But enough of all that, because it's time for answers. Let's see how you did. So general knowledge, way back when we did general knowledge. Question 1, which of Roald Dahl's books was released first? It was the Fantastic Mr. Fox. So the answer is C. Question 2, Celsius and Fahrenheit are equal at -40 degrees. -40, definitely not +40. Question 3, Paul McCartney's middle name is Paul. His full name is James Paul McCartney. So a bit of a tricky one there. Question 4, the code machine is the Enigma machine. I don't know what it was called in German, but that's what it was referred to as by the Allies, the Enigma. Question 5, Scotch, Coddled, and Century are all egg dishes. I don't think I've tried any of those, actually. So there you go. But they are all egg dishes, for sure. Question 6. Plumbum is the Latin name for lead, which is where we get the word plumber, plumbing, and the PB symbol on the chart thing, the periodic table. That's the one. That's the chart. Lead. Question 7. In Sleeping Beauty, the 3 good fairies are Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. We can all use some good Merryweather, for sure. Merryweather. That was question 7. Question 8. The most populous city in India is Mumbai. Yes, it is. Question 8. Question 9. The father of epidemiology, his name was John Snow. Probably didn't look exactly the same as Kit Harington, but his name was John Snow. And question 10, the badly explained film plot, Dances with Wolves but with Aliens, perfectly describes the plot to Avatar, in my opinion at least. That's the answers to round 1. I just activated my smart speaker. Sorry about that. All right, round 2. British movie quotes. It's just a flesh wound. That's from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Great fun. Lots of laughs. Question 2. Not as many laughs in this one. Please, sir, I want some more is from Oliver. Pund is asking if Bombay counts as Mumbai because it's the old name for the same city. I'm going to put this one out to the audience. What do you guys say? Does he get a point? Please, sir, I want some more is from Oliver, the musical, hence why it has an exclamation point at the end. Question 3. My God, Tommy, you certainly got those minerals. Well, come on then, before the Germans get here. That is from Snatch. It might have been more recognizable if I'd said it in a British accent, or any of them, but can't do that. Question 4. There comes a point at which you're so wet you can't get any wetter. 4 weddings and a funeral. 4 weddings and a funeral. Question 5. Another Hugh Grant movie. Love Actually. Ooh, would we call her chubby? It's a fun quote. Question 6. I'm not going to read that one again. That one is from Billy Elliot. Well, no one's responded to Punda's question about the Mumbai question, so I say yes. Yes, Punda, you get a point for Bombay. It's like a geography/history question. Question 7. Do you expect me to talk? That is from Goldfinger, one of the most famous James Bond scenes ever. Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Question 8. A girl at school named Pandora. That is from Notting Hill. Oh my goodness, another Hugh Grant movie. I didn't do that on purpose, I swear. Just now realizing it. Question 9. Get your lesbian feet out of my shoes. Bend it like Beckham. It's our second Keira Knightley movie, at least. Question 10. Waiting for a king to apologize. One can wait rather a long wait. The King's Speech. Don't think Hugh Grant was in that one. The King's Speech. There you go. Those are our British movie questions. Then we have our mystery theme. I wonder how we did on this one. So, the geographic region is Kashmir. Kashmir. Question 2. And the medium that replaced wooden panels was canvas, which is still rather popular today. Painters paint on canvas all the time. Question 3. The network of trade routes was the Silk Road. Are we beginning to sense a theme now that we've seen the answers? Question 4. Australia and New Zealand produce 47%, almost half of the world's wool. That's a lot of sheep. Wool. It's quite funny when I teach economics in my normal job, the kids have no idea where wool and cotton come from. They say that cotton grows on sheep and that wool grows out of the ground. It's completely confusing. So we need more economics classes, just on my little soapbox there. But almost half the world's supply of wool comes from Australia and New Zealand. The cat is a calico cat, white with black and orange patches. My cat's sitting down here next to me, making sure that I'm doing everything correctly. Question 6. Nicole Kidman's character was Sachin. Sachin. Question 7. Song lyric. Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Don't you do it. Don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Question 8. Celine. I don't know. I can't accept Celine, Punda. Sorry. It does rhyme, but it doesn't fit the theme, so I'm not going to take Celine. Sorry. Question 8. In home crafting, what is the opposite of a purl? It is a knit. A knit stitch and a purl stitch are the opposites of each other. Question 9. And the retro French dessert, which always makes me hungry every time I think of it, is crepe Suzette. Would make a delicious dessert right now, actually. And question 10. The mystery theme. Did we get it? Did we guess it? It's types of fabric, or just fabrics. We got crepe, knit, wool, cashmere, canvas. They're all different types of fabric. And you get a point for that. So there you go. That was round 3, the mystery round. They're the funnest to write. It's great. It's great. Okay, we have picture clues. The young actor who looks exactly the same as he did then as he does now is Stephen Fry. Carrying on with the somewhat British theme of the night. Question 2. This carving is a Maori carving from New Zealand. Question 3. This mythical creature with the head of a lion, the head of a goat or some kind of other animal sticking out of its back, and the tail of a serpent is a chimera. Chimera. Sounds terrifying. The 3 movies featuring pink hair, who would have thought there'd be so many to choose from, but there were. The first is Amadeus, the second is Closer, and the third is Grease. 1 point for each of those, Amadeus, Closer, and Grease. So a possible 3 points for question 4. Question 5, the name of this fruit, it is a Japanese citrus fruit called yuzu. I've never tried a fresh one. Apparently it's very tart. Yuzu. Quite popular on those cooking shows these days. It looks very bright and cheery. Question 6. The animated character. This is Bob the Builder. Bob the Builder. My son has not gotten into Bob the Builder yet, but I feel like it might only be a matter of time. That's fine. Question 7. The band is In Excess and the album is Kick. So 1 point for either of those. In Excess or Kick. Only 1 point available though for question 7. Question 8. This scientist, pictured here in his very terrifying laboratory, is Nikola Tesla. His name you may recognize from the car brand, Nikola Tesla. Oh my gosh, is that it? Not quite, because we have a social butterfly question. If you were following at City Quest Australia on Facebook or Instagram this week, you would have got the social butterfly question. And this week, we've got cryptic capital cities. So 3 possible points here, 1 for each. Bovine lichen, that translates to Moscow. Sack father is Baghdad. And green sprouts, Brussels. Always delicious, always good. Brussels sprouts or just Brussels. They're all cryptic capital cities. If you got any of those, give yourself a bonus point. Well done. And if you want to get bonus points next week, all you have to do is follow me on social media at City Quest Australia, and I usually post them on a Wednesday. So you've got a few days to figure them out. There you go. Now, did anyone tie with anyone else? If you did, write down your answer to this question. What was the population of Paris in 1901? And the person or team closest to the mark wins the tie. Or if your group wants to play home rules, you can just have an extra point. Everyone in the group has to agree, though. That's important. Otherwise, it's just a tiebreaker. So you have your answers written down. The population of Paris in 1901 was 2.714 million people. A lot of people, but not as many as they have today. There you go. Oh my goodness, that's the end. Quiz number 8. Oh my goodness. I will be back next week. We're still in lockdown and still after some fun trivia, I hope. So please like this video, give it a little thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. You'll get little notifications when we go live so you don't have to remember. And share it. Share it with all your friends. Share it on socials. Get a Zoom or a Meet call together and play with someone that you haven't seen in a while. How'd we go? Looks like... I'm glad that it looks like it was a bit challenging. Yeah. So Punda had a challenge, Shaki had a challenge, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe you don't want it to be too easy. I hope. It's hard to tell sometimes before you actually try it out. But in any case, totally optional. But if you'd like to donate, you can send me a couple coins. PayPal.me/jmoshman. I would greatly appreciate it. But otherwise, just come next week. I'd love to see you again. Thank you so much. And yeah, I guess. Oh, that was the other thing. If you have a recommendation for something that I should be drinking next week that's local to Victoria and tastes delicious, please tell me. Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the comments. Email me, cityquestaustralia@gmail.com, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you want. And I would love the recommendations. I love trying new things. So there you go. All right. Well, thanks everyone. They're saying everyone's saying thank you on the chat, which is so nice. It's lovely to see people on the chat. And I will see you next week. Everyone stay safe, stay sane, have a good week. Bye.